He's stopped. He's given up. And on that bombshell, back to the studio.
That is Need for Speed Rivals in a nutshell. Good luck in trying to get to the finish line, as your car is more likely to end up in a million pieces. In all seriousness, Rivals, like its predecessor, is a good game. In many ways, Rivals is an evolution of the ideas and concepts that Need for Speed Hot Pursuit brought to the table. It has fun, arcade-like physics, which allows you to drive fast and take corners at high speeds. The main difference, however, is vehicle durability. If you're playing as a racer, your car can and will shatter like glass if you get into too many crashes and receive too much pursuit tech damage. There's a big emphasis on attacking other cars and driving well. As a racer, you can come in first place, not because you're the fastest, but because the other cars are wrecks on the side of the road. The multiplier mechanic is the main thing to incentivize racers to stay in the open world and build speed points, the game's main currency. As a racer, you build a score multiplier as you play and perform well, and the multiplier resets once you enter a hideout. The higher your multiplier, the more speed points you receive. However, as your multiplier increases, so does your heat level. The heat level denotes how intense a police presence will be if they chase you. On top of the fact that race cars are incredibly fragile, this progression system creates a fun and exhilarating risk-reward dynamic that makes the player want to keep playing and promotes high-level driving and equipment usage. Repair shops that reveal your car's pursuit tech and health, and hideouts are placed strategically so that they are far enough apart to be a risky play to continue playing, but close enough to encourage increasing your multiplier. Cop chases are more fun in Rivals than in Hot Pursuit due to the open world nature and racers scattered throughout the map. The open world design incentivizes hunting down racers, but let's talk about the main thing Rivals brings to the table: pursuit tech.
I didn't think of that. Hang on, what pistol's he supposed to be using?
Safety is off. I'm on fire! How?
As stated earlier, many ideas in Hot Pursuit have expanded, such as a greater variety of weapons. The spike strip, helicopter, jammer, EMP, barricade, and turbo boost all return with the addition of some new tech to use. As a racer, you can use a shockwave, an omnidirectional shockwave that damages all cars so that it can be used offensively and defensively. Racers also have the option to deploy stun mines, which are their version of a spike strip. They do more damage and considerably slow down cars that they hit. Cops have a shock ram, which delivers an EMP-like burst in front of the car. Think of it as an EMP that, whilst it does not do as much damage, does not require a lock-on. Lastly, racers and cops can activate the ESF, which generates an electrical charge throughout the car. It can be used defensively, as it can repel EMPs and stun mines, and it can be used offensively, as it can increase the damage dealt to a car when you ram it. Speaking of ramming, as racers are more fragile, using your car as a battering ram is a more viable option, as again, it's encouraged to wreck cars and cops, as that gives you speed points and increases your multiplier. A change from Hot Pursuit is that you can only have 2 pieces of pursuit tech, so you may want to tailor the tech to the events you'll be doing. If you're planning to wreck races and cops, you bring stun mines and ESF. If you're racing and performing time trials, you'd get a turbo to go faster, and so on. Like Hot Pursuit, there are unique plays and counterplays you can do when someone uses a specific piece of pursuit tech. EMPs and shock mines can be countered via the ESF, yet if a player has both, they can deploy one pursuit tech and use the other for the takedown. Turbos are a good way of escaping the cops, and a spike strip can be helpful against the turbo, as racers struggle to turn once they're using the turbo. The overall strength of the pursuit tech plays well in Rivals' risk-reward system. Getting busted does not take much firepower, and you don't need much to wreck an opposing racer, gain more points, and increase your multiplier.
I've gone again! In the plums.
Speaking of events, suppose you unlock a new car and progress the story as a racer or cop. In that case, you must complete a list of objectives, often ranging from completing a specific number of events, driving above a certain speed, using a specific amount of pursuit tech, etc. The unique thing is that you can choose from 3 objective lists for cops and racers. You can choose between a driver, pursuit, or race speed list as a racer. Driver speed list objectives often involve driving well and smoothly, including going above a specific speed limit or gaining a total amount of airtime. Race is about moving fast and even faster than your opposition, completing time trials, head-to-heads, and races are often the aim of the game. And Pursuit is about taking the fight to racers and cops, using pursuit tech, slamming into racers, and wrecking opposition is often the objective. As a cop, you also have 3 lists of objectives known as assignments. Once you have completed the assignment, your car that unlocked falls under one of 3 categories: undercover, enforcer, or patrol. The 3 cop car types aren't there for aesthetic differences, as they have gameplay differences as well. Undercover cars are good for getting in close, as they don't have any identifiable branding or imagery on the cars.
The point is, it's Morgan's fault. That pencil-pushing scazwag. Why, if she were here, Oh, is she behind me?
No, I'm in front of you.
Enforcers can do the most and take the most damage, and patrol cars have the best acceleration. The assignments correspond to their car type, and their objectives are kept to their namesake. Undercover often involves driving well and using pursuit tech that requires you to get in close, like EMPs. Enforcers make you bust and slam into racers, and patrol combines the two. The speed list and assignment system help give the game additional length and runtime for completionists who want to maximize their experience. It also encourages you to play as a cop mode to unlock all car variants. You must complete their assignment. The replaying of different assignment chapters helps lead the player to earn more points as a cop, and that would be useful as, again, they don't have a multiplier system, so it can be harder to obtain. Speed lists and assignments also help the player improve their general driving skills and allow them to interact with all aspects of the gameplay. The objectives help them understand the map, improve their handling, and better comprehend different pursuit techs, unique strengths and weaknesses. It also encourages different play styles. Again, Need for Speed Rivals encourages attacking other cars, so there's often a balancing act of being the fastest and demolishing others in your way. The variety of objectives helps players better understand the different aspects of driving for both cops and racers, so they can achieve higher scores and get gold for various events. Whilst the speed point resource is more abundant as a racer, you'll be spending more as you need to buy new cars once you complete a speed list. Cops get them for free. In addition, you may want to upgrade your car's top speed, acceleration, strength, control, and above all else, durability, because, as stated earlier, fragile.
How to build a car. It's broken.
Don't hit it with the hammer.
Why?
Because it's the tool.
On top of all of that, you also have to consider pursuit tech, so there are greater opportunity costs as a racer with your speed points. This leads to a more level playing field between cops and racers, which helps encourage more players to be a cop. When you see the word exhilarating in the dictionary, you see Need for Speed Rivals. This game arguably has the best pursuits you can see in racing games and games in general. The risk-reward game design encourages fast-paced, push-forward gameplay and lets you carry on playing to squeeze a few extra points. Weapons are fun, and their high damage and varied use make them dynamic and keep you and your opponents ready and on your toes. The open world nature of the game encourages exploration as a cop and racer, so you can generate more speed points through driving, completing events, and wrecking others. Speed lists and assignments give the gameplay replayability and make the player adept at all aspects of a fast-paced, open-world arcade racer, from taking corners at 200 miles per hour to jumping off massive roofs and high points to demolishing all cars involved in hot pursuit events. This is Zach, not Zach, signing off. Please remember to like, favorite, and subscribe.